So you have decided to start journaling, but you have no idea where to start. If that is the case with you, then you are at the right place. Hi guys, I'm Dr. Shruti Bhattacharya and welcome to Guilt Free Mind. In today's video, I will be discussing how you should start journaling. Now, people must have told you that journaling is amazing for your mental health. You write everything down, you have a best friend, you do not fear being judged in that one safe space. But if you live in a family where there are, people who love to sneak and find out what you are doing, then you need a way to protect your journal. In that case, I will advise you to go for a digital journal. However, if you do not have that worry, you can either choose to go for a digital journal or a paper journal. Which brings us to the first point of discussion: should you go for a digital journal or should you go for a paper journal? Now, studies have observed that when people write, like people who specifically prefer writing, they find the process of writing very therapeutic. It soothes them, calms them, makes them feel better about themselves and the overall situation. So if you are someone who loves to write, who loves that feeling of the motions of writing, you should definitely go for a paper journal. If you love that sound of pen scratching on the paper, you're writing, it feels good, then you should go for a paper journal. But if you do not have that kind of a preference, if you're someone like me who loves to write but does not specifically, is not, I don't like the feeling of that pen going over the paper, that does not affect me. I just like the process of writing, so the hand movements and all. So what I use is I use my iPad and the iPad pen. So I use these for writing. So I get the feeling of writing, and since it's on my iPad, since it's on my iPad, so it's completely protected. I can have it password protected, though I haven't felt the need to do it so far. But if you are someone like me who loves that feeling of writing but does not want to bother with pen, paper, pages flying everywhere and all, you can go with a digital journal. Or if you are someone who does not have a lot of time to sit and write, you can go for voice journals. These can easily be saved on your phone, on your iPad, or any of the devices. Or if you like typing, then you can open up a journal on your phone, on your laptop, anywhere, and just start typing. So with this, I've covered the first point, whether you should go for a digital journal or a paper journal. It is entirely dependent on you. The medium which suits you the most, where you feel most comfortable, should be your medium of choice. Now that we have this out of the way, the next part is when to write. You have figured out where to write, now you have to figure out when to write. The answer to this is very simple. Analyze your timetable, find out at which point of time you are relatively free on most days. Suppose you are free at 5 o'clock, 5 to 6 is your free time. You are either lounging or you're watching TV or something like that. Set an alarm for that time every day. Every day, come back during that time when your alarm goes off and write. Write for at least 20 minutes. Eventually, as you develop the habit of writing, you won't realize the time flying by. But initially, if you do not have experience of writing in journal, when you sit down to write, you will be thoroughly confused. What do I write about? Do I write about my day? Do I start with a dear diary, hi diary, how are you diary? What do I do? So the solution to this is that you just write whatever comes to your mind. If it is dear diary, you write dear diary. If you want to ask your diary, how was the diary's day, you ask that. In other words, there is anything and everything that can be put down in your journal. You do not have to discriminate as to, should I be writing this? Should I be writing that? Should I be talking about that person? Should I be talking about this person? You should not have those kinds of thoughts in your mind. Whatever comes here should get down in that journal right then. Suppose, let's take an example. Suppose I decide to write and my head is drawing up a blank. I'm staring at the walls, I'm looking at the ceiling, I'm wondering what to write. I see a color. I start writing about the color. I start writing about yellow. Suppose I like yellow, though that is not my favorite color. I start writing about yellow. Yellow is a baby color. I like it so much. It's so cute. It gives a sense of, good things in life. And then from good things in life, I migrate to the things in my life that have been good recently. If I had to associate the color yellow with something in my life, I would probably associate it with that time I went out for dinner, that time I brought Delta into my home. It was such a lovely time. He was the best boy. And then I start writing about Delta. Delta is my boy. He's sleeping right behind me over here in his bed. So, anyways, that's besides the point. So, my point is that you start from one point, and then your mind will gradually take you through a series of things. You may start with a color, then you may go into a happy memory, then you may go into a sad memory, then you may go into your feelings, your emotions, what you're feeling right now. Whatever comes to your mind needs to be put down in that journal. There is no right and wrong when you are journaling. There is no limit to what you can write. No person is non-reproachable when you are writing your journal. You can write about anyone and everyone. Journaling is a great way to get rid of your anger, anxiety. If you got into a fight and you just want to vent, there is no better place than your journal. Your journal is not going to talk behind your back. It's not going to bitch about you. What you write in your journal will stay safe and will stay there. So, write about anything and everything that comes to your mind. Now, the next thing that I will advise you to follow is to set a timer. This again is specifically meant for the initial stages of journaling, because during the initial stages you will not be very well adept with managing time, what to write, what not to write. So you may feel that you're just sitting and scratching your head and wondering what to write and nothing's coming to your head. But you should at least keep a timer of 20 minutes to spend with your journal. Even if you're not writing, even if nothing's coming to your mind, just write that. Nothing is coming to my mind. I don't know what to write. I am drawing a blank. Write all of that. Write for 20 minutes. Once you've done this for a period of 2-3 months, when you look back, you realize, oh my god, I have so much to discuss with my journal on an everyday basis. But initially, it's going to be hard, and that is why I advise you to set a timer for it. Now, the next part. When you're journaling, you need not worry about your spelling, about your grammar, about the kind of language you're using. It is your space. It is your safe space. No one is ever going to read your journal. No one's ever going to judge you on the basis of what you've written in your journal. So you can write about anyone, everyone, anything, everything. So just pick up your journal and write, and do not bother with the spelling, the grammar, the sentence formation, or anything of that sort. Hell, you can even use WhatsApp language if you want. Whatever is comfortable. There is no right and wrong in journaling, as I am always trying to emphasize, whether it is in my blog post or whether it's in the video. I want you to write. Just write. Forget about the world, forget about judgments, just write. That is the primary part of journaling. Now, if you're a creative person, if you love arts or drawing like me, when I was a kid, there was hardly a notebook which did not have a drawing in it. So, if you love to draw, you should draw. If you want to depict people with their faces, if you want to draw their faces in your own unique manner, or if you're an artist and if you want to draw them, do that. Get creative. You can even attach stickers to your journal. You can use smileys to indicate your mood. There is no law that states that you only have to write and you cannot draw or cannot use stickers. Now, if you're using a digital journal, there are so many cute, amazing stickers online. You can use them. If you're feeling sad, you can just use a sticker instead of writing, I am feeling sad. It becomes much more creative and makes the process of journaling much more enjoyable. So, try this out if you are starting to journal now. Now, once you have decided on the type of journal, you've decided to spend 20 minutes with it every day, you may wonder what to write. What should the opening line be? If this is the case, you can use an internet therapist. Now, when you access the internet, you will find when you can just Google out and write internet therapist. you will get a series of prompts. These are self-help prompts which you can use when you're journaling. So you can open your day or open your journal entry by writing, I feel I am doing my best when, whatever you feel that you are doing your best. Or I feel sad because, or today I feel so and so because of so and so, and then narrate whatever happened, what got your mood in that frame of mind, whatever it is. So you can use an internet therapist to start the process of journaling, and then you can carry on from there. Next, as I have previously mentioned, your journal is your judgment-free zone. No one's ever going to look at it, no one's ever going to judge you on that. So you are free to write anything and everything. If you felt bad about something your mom did or something your dad did, you got into a fight with a friend, you should write down each and everything. Okay? Now, I mean, none of us have spent a life where we've not fought, be it with our loved ones, our friends, whatever be the case. If you have fought and you're feeling bad about it, write it in your journal. Mention in your journal whom you fought with, why you felt like, why that fight happened, what was the situation. Then write down each and everything that comes to your mind. A few months later, approximately, I guess 2 to 3 months later, go back and visit the journal entry. See, when time passes, our brain becomes clearer. You can go back, revisit what you wrote, and then analyze, was it your fault? Was it someone else's fault? Could it have been managed in a better manner? Now, if it was your fault, where can you improve over it? What can you do next time so that the situation does not escalate to that point? These factors, when you look into these things, these will help you analyze yourself, your own persona, and behave in a better manner next time a similar situation arises. So you can keep track of your mood progress, your personality. If you're trying to change something in your personality, like if you have been feeling depressed for quite some time, you can track your depression levels by your journal and keep a track of your progress. When you see that you've made progress, when you see that you're better at controlling your anger, you're not feeling that depressed anymore, these factors will boost your self-confidence and will promote you and will literally push you to go into a positive loop of self-healing. After all, everything I'm discussing here is about self-healing and boosting your mental health. So when you track your progress, you realize, oh yes, I am progressing. My God, 2 months back, I was in this state, and now 2 months later down the line, I am in this state. I am doing so much better. This will help you tremendously in boosting your self-confidence, doing better in your career, at your home, improving your interpersonal relationships, and what not. Now, what shall we discuss next? Next is you should focus on your stream of consciousness. As I mentioned before, that you may not realize what you're writing, why you're writing it even. But just let your thoughts flow free, and whatever comes to your head, put it down on that journal. Put it down. Literally, everything. It doesn't matter even if it does not make sense to you. It needs to go in that journal. Now, next factor that you must focus on is releasing your negative emotions. I mean, the entire reason why I'm asking you to journal and the reason you are watching this video is because you want to boost your mental health. And you cannot boost your mental health if you're stuck in a negative loop, if you have a lot of negative emotions inside you, you're sad, you're angry, you're depressed, your mental health will not improve. So you must focus on finding a way to release these negative emotions, release these factors that are binding you inside. Because when a person has too much of negative emotion, they start to feel caged in their own mind. And this does not help. Trust me, these factors do not help at all. So what you should instead focus on is releasing your negative emotions when you are journaling. If you felt bad, if you feel that someone's being unruly to you, someone's being rude towards you, they don't have a right to treat you that way, release everything in your journal and lock it up. Now, if you are stuck in a relationship where things are escalating and you feel that it's beyond control, you can either approach your better half or your partner and discuss about it. If you feel that you're in any kind of danger, you should go and talk to the authorities. Journaling is not the way of releasing your negative emotions then, if things are going out of hand. You need to protect yourself, you need to contact the authorities. But if it is a minor spat that happens in our everyday life, you went out, someone said something to you, a rude comment, a negative feedback, or anything, use your journal to release them. Now, you can also use your journal to keep track of your moods. This is another point that I've mentioned before, but I would like to present it to you in a slight more detail. Suppose, there are phases in our lives, come on. We all have phases where we are feeling sad, we are feeling heartbroken, depressed. Keep track of those moods. As and when you realize that your moods are improving, you will start to feel better about yourself. Next, reflect back on what has been written previously. When you write something, suppose you had a fight, you wrote it, you closed your journal, you forgot about it. 2 months later, visit it, check whose fault was it yours, can it be mended, what to do, and all. I already discussed this before, but this is a crucial factor that you must focus on when you're journaling. Next, you should use your journal to keep track of your progress. If there is a habit you're trying to get rid of, or if there is a habit you're trying to form, you can use your journal for that. You can track your habit on a daily basis, and then at the end of a month, at the end of 2 months, you can see how much progress you made. Is that habit becoming a natural part of your daily life? Are you remembering to indulge in that every day? So basically, you can use your journal for your self-improvement purpose as well. Now, suppose there is a decision that you need to take and you cannot figure out how to start or which way to go. You can use your journal for this. You can write down the positive factors of going with the decision and the factors why you should not go with the decision. Once you have everything written down, it becomes much easier to form a decision because your head starts to see things more clearly. So write down and use your journal to help you make your decisions. Now next is, these are some minor points that can help you do better in journaling. Keep your journal close to you. Have your journal with you always. Now if your journal is on your phone, it will be very easy to have it on you pretty much always. But if you use your laptop or your iPad, try to have it close to you so that whenever you feel that urge to write, whenever things go wrong, you can jot it down quickly and as soon as possible. Always tell yourself that your journal is your safe place. No one is ever going to read your journal. It's a judgment-free zone. You do not have to worry about which language you're using, what you're writing, about whom you're writing, and how you feel about that person. You need not feel guilty when you are writing your journal. That is the whole point of journaling, to release anything and everything that's in your head. So just write, forget about the world, and make your journal your best friend. Your journal is something that's never going to betray you, never going to leak out your secrets, and never going to tell you that you were wrong. So if you haven't started journaling yet, I advise you give it a try, but do not give it a try for just one day. At least keep at it for a period of 2 months, 20 minutes every day, set a timer, and then start writing. Trust me, you will feel a big difference in your mood, in your self-confidence, in your overall mental health. And with this, I think this video is complete. If you have any queries about this topic or any other topic that I have discussed so far, feel free to contact me. You can leave your queries in the comment section below, or you can reach out to me on my blog or any of the social media channels. If you want me to make a specific video, please mention that as well in the comments. If you liked this video, please hit the like and subscribe button, and do not forget to ring the bell. If you don't ring the bell, YouTube will not know if they should send you notifications. You will not receive notifications basically. So please ring that bell and take care of yourself. You are important, you are valued, you deserve all the love in life. Stay happy, take care, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.